Hello, my name is William Bixby Jr., and my final presentation is over W.E.B. Du Bois. W.E.B. Du Bois was an important American thinker. As a poet, philosopher, economic historian, sociologist, and a social critic. On February 23, 1868, W.E.B. Du Bois was born in Greater Barrington, Massachusetts, where he grew up. He received his Bachelor's of Arts from Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee in 1888. In 1895, he was the first African American to earn a PhD from Harvard University. His dissertation was about the suppression of the African slave trade to the United States of America from 1638 to 1870, and his dissertation was published as #1 in the Harvard Historical Series. From 1892 to 1894, he pursued graduate studies in history and economics at the University of Berlin. In 1903, he wrote The Souls of Black Folk, which serves as the underpinning of access to many of his ideas. This work contains several essays on race, some of which have been previously published in Atlantic Monthly magazine. W.E.B. Du Bois drew from his own experiences as an African American to develop this groundbreaking work on being African American in American society. Outside of his noble place in African American history, The Souls of Black Folk also holds an important place in social science as one of the early works to deal with sociology. W.E.B. Du Bois is more than just a philosopher. He is for many a great social leader. His extensive efforts also been toward a common goal, the equality of colored people. His philosophy is important today because it addresses what many would argue is a real problem of the world today, which is white domination. In 1905, W.E. Du Bois, John Hope, and 27 others met secretly to adopt the resolutions which led to the founding of the Niagara Movement. The Niagara Movement was a black civil rights organization centered around the quote, "We want full manhood suffrage and we want it now. We are men, we want to be treated as men, and we shall win." In 1909, W.E.B. Du Bois was among the founders of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, which is also known as the NAACP. The association led the black civil rights struggle in fighting injustices such as the denying of voting rights, racial violence, discrimination, unemployment, segregated public facilities, dedicated to the goal of an integrated society. Throughout the first half of the 20th century, W.E.B. Du Bois continued his work as an author, a lecturer, and an educator. His teachings were an important influence on the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s. Ironically, W.E.B. Du Bois died on the evening of the historical March on Washington in 1963. Actor and playwright Ossie Davis read an announcement of his death to the 250,000 people gathered the next day at the Washington March, led by Dr. Martin Luther King. This is my presentation on the great philosopher W.E.B. Du Bois, who's known as an ambassador for African American equality and the purpose of equality for African Americans. Thank you.